Hello, everyone. My guest today is Alexander Grudanov. He graduated from Kiev Polytechnical University in 2007 with a magister degree on instrumental building. He's got 15 years background in microelectronics and EDA. First CEO of the startup company from Ukraine, which won the H2020 SME Instrument Phase 2 from EC, which is a lot of technical stuff. We'll jump into it today. Today, he's building Polyteta Cloud, which, again, we're going to focus on today. Alexander, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Hi, Nathan. Nice
Hello.
to meet you finally.
Bet. Yeah. So make this, the risk here is we lose people because this is very technical. So break this down in kind of terms that I can understand. What does Polyteta Cloud do and what's your revenue model? How do you make money?
Okay. First of all, I would like to give you a quick jump to our background because it's very specific. So,
well, tell me, Alexander, just to be clear, tell me what the product does first and then fill it in with your background.
Our product does the thing which is called physical verification on our IC design. So it's very specific task that it's performed of the class of the tool, which is called electronics design automation software tools.
Okay, and just name a customer and how the customer uses you.
Such customers are as Bosch, for example, Sensor Tech, different IC designers in Europe.
And what does IC mean?
IC design, integrated circuit design.
Very good. Okay, so and then is there a customer that you could name that we might know, or are they all pretty technical companies?
I would like to skip the exact names because of the privacy and.
Well, I mean, you have, just to be clear, Alexander, you have websites streaming across your website, logos. Okay, so Cogenda, TechStart, Nephilis,
yes,
Cadre,
Simica. It's our partner. Yeah, it's our partners because it's quite hard for the single EDA software company to distribute the tools. So the company you name, they help us to promote our products over the market. They don't use our tool for internal purposes. They are like our distributors or IAM partners, something like that.
Okay, I understand. Here's the thing. I don't want to move on from this yet because I feel like I don't have a grasp on what it does, which means my audience won't, right? So advanced cloud-based physical verification. If this tech was built into the Mac that I'm using right now to record this interview, I mean, one, is that an actual use case? And two, what would that mean for my computer? What are you doing?
Okay, let me explain because without the explanation, it would be hard to understand. So we've got microchips everywhere, agreed?
Yes.
Smartphones, laptops, car computers. So before starting the actual manufacturing of the devices, each layout of the design has to be checked to find and fix the errors made by IC developers, IC designers on the stage before starting of actual manufacturing on semiconductor plant, which is called fab. Yeah. So it's quite important that the check that is performed by such a class of EDA tools is stated to see whether the layout meets certain very specific requirements and limitation provided by the selected process nodes. And as a result, any error overlooked at this stage may result in loss of multi-million dollars.
Name an example, of where you might lose millions of dollars.
Okay, typical examples. The famous stories where, for example, top smartphone manufacturer recalls the shipment of 100,000 plus devices due to a bug in battery controller. Okay. Yep. Or another story where famous Japanese car manufacturer recalls the same amount of cars due to, let's say, airbag defect or some problems with transmission.
So then work backwards from there. How do you make sure that Japanese car manufacturer doesn't have to recall those cars for airbag issues?
We don't stay for sure that it's physical verification related, but even if dozen of percent of such cases related to errors overlooked on PV stage, it costs serious money. So each chip inside any device passes through the verification stage before it goes to the manufacturing on the semiconductor plant.
Okay. So you're just to be clear, these chips that you're putting in, Alexander, then, and sorry I keep cutting you off, but we're short on time, so I want to move through this quickly. These chips you're putting in these machines are basically a way for you to test them before they go out at scale to reduce things like callbacks and rollbacks.
Yes, you're right, but not chips as hardware chips, but their layout representation.
Okay, are you selling Are you selling something physical, or is it software?
Software. It's software to check the specific file formats that goes to the foundry.
Okay, so your sales model, is it a SaaS-based model?
Yes, it's SaaS-based model. In some way, combine it with a classical desktop model. But now we are introducing the pure SaaS model.
Okay, and go ahead.
Which mean pay per use for using the tool, or pay as you go. It's actually the same.
So help me understand kind of what kind of company you're targeting. Are these people going to pay on average $100 a month or $100,000 per month?
We have roughly calculated, and it was proven by numerous of cases, that typical needs in PV for SME companies. Our tool is actually to decrease the market entry for the SME companies, specifically small and medium companies. So it's about 60, 70 hours per tape out, which means up to $3,000 for tape out. While
so just make Alexander, just make this simple for us. So each month, one of these SMEs is going to pay you how much per month for your software? $3,000?
I think per month it will be less. We calculated per tape out. Actually,
okay, but we don't know how many tape outs your average customer does per month, so it's useless for us. So on average,
it's typically from 1 to 3 tape outs per year due to manufacturing limitation.
Okay, so it's anywhere between $3,000 and kind of $10,000 per year is what an SME might pay you for 3 tape outs.
Sorry, again, lost connection.
So someone will pay you between $3,000 and $10,000 or $9,000 per year for 1 to 3 tape outs.
Yes, correct.
Okay, interesting. All right, put this on a timeline for us. When did you launch the company?
We established our company in 2015.
Okay,
it's something like a spin-off from another Polyteda, which was present on the market since 2009, but was represented a classical, outdated, let's say, desktop-based model. It's very hard to compete with the top players using this model.
Did you acquire this, or were you inside the company that owned it and you led this spin out?
No, we another bigger Polyteda is among the shareholders of our new startup spin-off company, and the storyline is that from our another company we have received the quite market adult, quite ready physical verification tool for further development with cloud-based model.
Okay, so how have you capitalized the company? How much have you raised to date?
We raised 1.2 million euro from European Union to execute Horizon 2020 grant project.
Yeah, so just to be clear, that wasn't dilutive. That was a free money, essentially a grant.
What do you mean free?
In other words, they're not sitting on your cap table. The European Union doesn't own 10% of the company.
No, it doesn't. The company.
Yeah, so they're not on the cap. Is there any equity money you've raised? Not grant money, but any equity you've raised?
Speaking specifically on Polyteda Cloud, not yet, but in plan.
Okay, got it. So the way you funded the company today is via a grant from the European Union for 1.5 million US dollars, or about 1.2 European.
1.2.
Well, that's euros, which is about 1.5 million US dollars.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Good. And then so you launched in 2015, you led the spin out. Now how many customers have you scaled to today?
Now it's unfortunately less than 100 customers, but we are quite happy with the scalability we have last few months. So depends on our primary partners are foundries, and they open doors to a wide list of customers. So we are happy to see more and more foundries connected to our.
You're saying
platform.
You're saying foundries, correct?
Foundries,
yeah.
Yes.
And just to be clear, when you say less than 100 customers, I mean, you guys are you still pre-sales at this point? You're pre-revenue, or no? You do have some paying customers.
Yes, we have some part of the customers are already pay for our tool on SaaS model.
Okay,
yeah.
and a year ago, were you pre-revenue then?
Not yet.
No. So let's say today you have 100 customers paying $3,000 a year minimum. A year ago, did you have any revenue, or were you pre-revenue then?
It's hard to answer because we do not charge them for the fixed part of the money. They prepare the certain amount. They see it makes sense before starting the tape out.
Yeah, Alexander, sorry, sorry, miscommunication. A year ago today, so in February of 2018, did you have any paying customers on the SaaS product?
Sorry for misunderstanding. Last year, the same day, we were at the stage of executing the project and implementation of the solution.
So pre-revenue.
It was not the stage of commercial exploitation in the wide sense.
Got it. Okay, good. So pre-revenue, and then today, I mean, can I take 100 customers times, $3,000 a year minimum is about $250 a month. Can I take 100 times 250? You're doing about $25,000 a month right now in revenue.
On the road, but not yet.
Okay, when do you think you'll break 25,000?
I think that's in plan by the end of this year.
Oh, very good. Okay, so what are you at today? Like 10?
A little bit more.
Okay, a little bit more. Good. So you'll more than double. Your plan is to more than double this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. And where will most of that growth come from? Selling more to current customers or adding completely new customers?
I would say roughly 50-50.
Okay, and the money that you make from selling more to current customers, what more will you sell them?
We say our tool, given our tool consists of a lot of, let's say, parts, models delivering different physical verification functionality. We trying to meet the market expectation and add more tools to cover the physical verification needs. So while we introduce the new functionality, we can charge additional money pay-per-use for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay, very good. And that's per taping, right? Or tape out?
That's per hour. That's per hour. The user can choose at the moment between two payment system. The first one stands for 24-hour segregation, and it's per hour. Another one is currently in beta testing stage, but it allows to decrease the discretization and calculate per minutes or even per seconds.
Mm-hmm. And what's your team size today? How many folks working on this?
The team is it's about 20 engineers today, and mostly located in Kyiv, Ukraine.
Okay, Kyiv, Ukraine. And is Ukraine, do you feel kind of a startup bubble happening? Do you have a lot of friends there that are building companies?
Yes, sure.
Yeah,
a lot of startups.
Very good.
Nowadays.
Do you know anything yet about kind of churn, or do you know what your churn is, or is it too early?
Too early, of course.
So what is your churn? Churn is how many customers you lose every month.
It's hard to calculate, but we nevertheless we're trying to collect some refuse cases from SaaS solution. The typical answer is something like, it's not about that we don't like you or your solutions, but at the moment we are a small SME company and we don't have the active project fast at the moment. We will come back soon once we get the new
Alexander,
IC design.
how many customers have you lost over the past year?
Maybe 10 or
okay. So about 10. Since you have less than 100 customers today, if you've lost 10, you will call it kind of 10% logo churn per year right now. Do you know what it costs you yet to acquire a new customer?
It's about €1,000.
And where do you spend that?
We spend mostly for Amazon accounts, because our system is Amazon AWS based. So every month we have to, if we create the new account for user, for evaluation, for commercial exploitation, it does not matter. Every month we have to pay certain balance for Amazon.
Very good. All right, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
I'll give you probably the last one I read. It was something like Winning Strategy for Negotiations.
For what?
Negotiations. Negotiations.
Got it. Reading Strategy for Negotiations.
Yes.
Is that right? Good. All right, number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
From time to time, I'm trying to follow all CEOs of our company competitors.
Okay.
And apart from that, of course, Elon Musk.
Yeah. Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building the company?
Amazon AWS.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Wow. I wish I slept around more, but at the moment it's about 6 or 7
Very good.
During the business week.
And what's your situation? Married, single, kiddos?
Married.
Okay.
And one daughter, 5 years old.
Oh, so you're a busy guy. How old are you?
5 years old.
Oh, sorry. No, how old are you?
I am 34 years old.
34. Okay, Alexander, last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Wow. Maybe there is no knowledge that is not power. And I think maybe I could have started my business earlier. So just believe in yourself and be happy.
Guys, believe in yourself, be happy, and always remember knowledge is power. He wishes maybe he started his company a little earlier. Polyteta Cloud, again, advanced cloud-based physical verification. They charge on a kind of per hour tape out basis, have less than 100 customers today, paying about $3,000 per year. So doing about $11,000 per month right now in revenue. That's up from nothing just a year ago because they were still in pre-revenue phase at that point. They funded the company from a $1.5 million grant from the European Union. Right now, they've got a team of 20 in Kiev building the company. 10% logo churn per year, spending about $1,200 to get a new customer. So 5-month payback period if that customer pays $3,000 for the first year. Alexander, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you very much, Nathan.